I'd like to turn it over to Rydal Elementary School. Thank you.
On April 3rd, 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King gave this speech at a protest march. The next day, he was assassinated. In his speech, he said,
"Let us rise up tonight with a greater readiness. Let us stand with a greater determination, and let us move on in these powerful days, these days of challenge, to make America what it ought to be. We have an opportunity to make America a better nation."
I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop, and I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life.
Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will, and He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know, tonight, we as people will get to the promised land, and I am happy tonight.
even when you don't see the whole staircase. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear.
Can we have another round of applause for Rydal Elementary School? That was Rydal Elementary School. The principal is Dr. Lindsay Morgan, and I was corrected in saying that they bought the whole school, but it was well worth the wait to see all the children from the school come and perform for us today. Well-behaved, well-mannered, and very patient. Thank you very much. And that's a big thing. As I continue with the thanks, you may have noticed on your program, the gentleman who acted as the master of ceremonies for this program today was Mr. Virgil Walker, and you can see he's a heavy hitter also as an assistant United States attorney retired. So he has a very outstanding bio, but we won't go into that today, but at some point in time, we will go into his background. The next school on the agenda will be Overlook Elementary School, and as we wait for them to come forward, are we good? I think there's going to be some facilities changes taking place right now, okay? Right, this will be Overlook Elementary School. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm LaVonda Daniels, Curriculum Specialist at Overlook Elementary School. Overlook appreciates the opportunity to share some of our very talented Overlook students with you today. Colin Parker Zakelli will be playing one of Dr. King's favorite hymns, Precious Lord, Take My Hand, on the piano. This past Saturday, Colin performed at Carnegie Hall. So we are very, very proud of him. Let's welcome Colin. Let's give Colin a warm round of applause. Excellent job, Colin. At this time, we will have a performance by the Overlook Bell Choir. I would like to invite their teacher, Ms. Julie Marigus, to share what they will be playing.
Good afternoon. We're so happy to be here with all of you. We will be performing, our handbell choir will be performing 2 selections today. The first selection is inspired by one of Dr. Martin Luther King's most famous quotes. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And so we'll be sharing with you This Little Light of Mine, followed by We Shall Overcome. Thank you for your patience. Little switcheroo. We want to make sure everyone gets a turn with the bells.
Thank you to the Overlook Bell Choir. The final part of our presentation today is to share with you a video. At Overlook, in celebration of Dr. King, our theme this year was Making a Difference. We wanted to encourage our students and empower them to find ways that they can make a difference in their homes, schools, and communities. We invited students and their families to record and share how they could make a difference. The following video is a compilation of their amazing responses. Enjoy. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15, 1929. He helped people use peaceful means to get equal rights. At Overlook Elementary School, we believe that we can make a difference. We celebrate the diversity and richness in our school and community and believe that we are better together. We ask our students to share how they can make a difference.
I can make a difference in this world by doing more community service.
I can make a difference by standing up for people who are unable to stand up for themselves.
I can make the world a better place by treating everyone nicely.
I can make a difference by standing up for my friends.
I can make a difference in the world by trying to keep it clean. I can make a difference by standing up for little children that are being bullied.
I can make a difference in my school by treating others with kindness and respect.
I can make a difference in the world by being kind. I can make a difference by standing up for disabled veterans. And I can make a difference by standing up for kindness and love.
I can make a difference by standing up for my friends even more.
I can make a difference in the world by raising money for cancer research.
I can make a difference in the world by helping homeless people. I can make a difference in my school by including people. I can make a difference in the world by cleaning up trash. I can make a difference in my world by building houses for the homeless. I can make a difference in the world by treating everyone fairly. I can make a difference in my school by making sure my classmates don't get hurt.
I'll make a difference in my school by following the rules.
And we can make a difference by standing up for people that get bullied. I can make a difference at my school by helping new students. I can make a difference in the world by picking up trash at the park. I can make a difference by standing up for people being bullied.
I can make a difference in the world by speaking up for people.
And I can make a difference in the world by giving kindness to everyone.
I can make a difference in the world by gathering a group of friends and cleaning up litter in parks.
I can make a difference in my school by always being positive and respectful for everybody.
I can make my school a better place by saying hello.
I make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless. I can include people at recess while I'm playing.
I can make a difference in the world by standing up for women's rights.
I can make a difference in the world by standing up for unconditional love. I can make a difference. 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 I can make a difference.
I can make a difference.
I can make a difference. I can make a difference.
Again, thank you. That was, again, Overlook Elementary School under the principal, Mr. Joshua Perlman. The last group that we're going to have would be Abington Junior High School. But before as they make their way forward, I mentioned previously how patient the children were. Can I add a few other things, how well-behaved and disciplined they have been through this and every program we have, and it's a tribute to both their teachers and their principals at how well-behaved and disciplined the children are in the Abington School District. So at this time, Abington Junior High School, Mr. Daniel Fowle is the principal. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Fred Johnson, and I'm one of the proud co-sponsors of the Abington Junior High School chapter of Vibe and Imagine. I am joined today by my fellow sponsors, Ms. Atia Nimmons, Ms. Shelley Pierce, and Ms. Rochelle Haynes, who currently has the most important job, which is to press play on the computer. For the past 14 years, the Vibe and Imagine programs have served as a leadership program for our students of color, and we are delighted to continue this work on today. We are proud to bring to you this afternoon a series of reflections put forth by these fine young men and women. In December, a group of Vibe and Imagine members attended the regional premiere of the musical production of Alice Walker's The Color Purple, the story of a poor African-American girl in the early 1900s who, through a series of trials and tribulations, finds a hope, strength, and beauty in herself and the world that she previously thought impossible. The students, Stacy Thompson, Hannah Eugene, Miracle Brooks, Joshua Brown, David Scott, and Richard Wesh, who attended, were deeply moved by the musical for a multitude of reasons, and the depth of their thoughts and discussion were eye-opening for the adult sponsors. This afternoon, we have for you a few of these student reflections as they share their thoughts about the meaning of the play as a work of literature, an inspiration to their personal lives, and the various ways in which they believe Dr. Martin Luther King reflects the wonder, majesty, and glory that is The Color Purple. We sincerely hope that you enjoy hearing the words of these students as much as we have. Accompanied by a musical selection from the musical, it is with great pride that we share with you our reflections on Alice Walker's The Color Purple.
Dear God, dear stars.
The Color Purple is an extravagant play, movie, and book that truly opens up the eyes of colored people to show Black excellence wherever they may go. The title itself shows meaning.
Dear God.
During the play, Celie demonstrated power and ambition. In the beginning, she was fragile and weak, but as the play progressed, she learned the meaning of standing up for what she believes in. During the first act, Celie has many great thoughts and opinions, but she was always dismissed. Thanks to other characters such as Sophia and Shug Avery, Celie learns how to stand up for what she believes in. In the second act, we see how much she's grown to now owning her very own business.
And when I finally look inside,
the character that best projects The Color Purple is Celie. Celie shows The Color Purple by, at the end of the play, not letting her husband disrespect her anymore. By doing that, she showed courage by standing up to the husband and self-respect by not letting the things people call her define her.
Shug Avery projects royalty, luxury, ambition, and power. She has a reputation for being a very powerful, and independent person within the play.
Betty best projects devotion and wisdom. She projects devotion by constantly sending Celie letters and pursuing her dream. Nettie also projects wisdom by teaching the African tribe to rap.
She also holds ambition, whereas she doesn't give up and encourages Celie to stand up for herself and work hard for what she wants and deserves. I do my work without being told. I know how to stand my ground when times are rough. I am more than capable. Despite my lack in years, I picture myself as a wise individual because of my support system and parents, and my morals placed before me.
I display pride and creativity every day. I keep my head up and push through the struggles.
I show this by pushing myself and others to a personal goal, and I also show those people how to do it in their own unique style.
I believe I show self-respect and courage as well because I would not let someone disrespect me, especially to the point where I start to believe the insults and feel bad about myself because of what they said.
And when people look at me, they think I'm a bad guy.
A woman, Black, disrespected, and neglected, proved that she could be successful.
But they don't know who I really am.
As once said by Stephanie LaHart, it is Black girl excellence. She is me. And truly to her through ambition. I don't give up. I constantly try to do better and complete all daily tasks, no matter how big or small. Dr. Martin Luther King is The Color Purple because he had a way with words and he was wise enough to know that wisdom overpowers violence.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. embodies the color purple because he was strong and courageous. He shows independence and magic by standing up to a world that was against him and making a change.
Martin Luther King embodies the color purple in many ways. Throughout his movement, people attempted to knock him down. Instead of giving up, he used his ambition and hope to keep fighting for equal rights. In the end, all of it paid off. Once segregated, schools, cafes, and towns are now open to everyone, no matter if you're white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, and more.
Martin Luther King is the color purple because he worked and struggled for success.
Dr. Martin Luther King represents devotion and peace. He represented this through his persistence in the civil rights movement and his many speeches.
Martin Luther King Jr. is the color purple because he had the power to stand up for all black lives everywhere.
Martin Luther King embodies the color purple because he shows how standing up for yourself and speaking out helps you succeed in life.
Thank you. Thank you. That's Abington Junior High School. And now as we come to the conclusion of our program, I'd like to call on Mr. Anthony Luker from Josh Shapiro's, the Attorney General's Office on the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. As he makes his way forward, I'd just like to say one thing in talking about history, Ms. Kelly.